If I want to prove Monsieur Robino's photograph is not valid, I will have to dish out evidence. It's a waste of time, you ask me. Photographs are rock solid evidence. Select a statement to question. I shall. Okay, so which one do I have to actually... What evidence do I have? Clock at Baron Rogue's lounge has no hands. So I should be questioning the photograph. And there appears to be a horse walking above... in the room above me. So I apologize for that if it comes through the mic. Let's take a closer look at that photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robino, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photographic process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photograph it produces are flawless. I wish I could put space to move this along. I'm not seeing any inaccuracies. Perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. So this is the same as Phoenix Wright too. There's quite a few photographs you had to click on the places of inaccuracy. That's what I selected. Clock in this photograph. There's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? The defense sees something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates this client. Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Remington. I have evidence that there is something wrong with the clock in that picture. The clock. The photograph clearly shows that clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. Which is most curious because the clock at the lounge of Chateau Crenier has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rogue or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robino, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be. Please, monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robino, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task considering that clock face was bare. One can even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph's subjects of suspicion. All the photographs, yeah. In other words, Monsieur Robino created a perfect alibi. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was the Monsieur Robino cursed? Bribed? Threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robino. Fine, you got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, including adding hands to the clock. You were ordered by whom? I don't dare not say. Strongly advise you to answer defense questions. You have put us to speak without fear, after all. Respect, Judge, I fear his claws. More than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws, did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robino, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as artist. Good day, messieurs. Pretty convincing. You gained a little favor with the jury. Like it was only a little favor. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Chatelaine as absent, close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be tense, Monsieur Remington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It's possible that Dame Chatelaine was painted out. Even worse, it's possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So are you saying, Falcon, that the housemaid paid out the photographer? That Senor Portois Damien, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks the means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Senor Portois to implicate his own daughter. So, well, surely you're not suggesting the honest, beloved Baron deliberately tried to frame Dame Chatelaine? Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of the community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Remington, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, perhaps I should offer my opinion. Baron, it's not on time for your witness testimony yet. So what do you think, prosecutor? So you would think, prosecutor, and yet I see my good reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let's proceed with the witness. Yes, I suppose that's fine. Why are the judges so easy to push around in these games? I trust that the defense has no objections. What was her name? There's one lady in Phoenix Wright that whipped him. What was her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Okay. Baron, a night of the initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Chatelaine followed behind him moments later. Seigneur Portois, Monsieur Robino, and myself were engaged in conversation, so we paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, my housemaid left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Chatelaine. That would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Garçon? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Very well then, hit me with your best shot. Let's establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rorgul, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with a cross-examination. So, a statement to question. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. My housemaid discovered, just after the photographer left and called for help. My housemaid discovered, okay, let's question this. I have a couple of questions about your housemaid, Colleen Dehote. Yeah, does she smoke? Does your housemaid smoke cigars? Well, that question came out left field. Definitely not. Mademoiselle Dehote detests the smell of tobacco. I see. Putting together a bigger picture, are we? I think so. The pieces are slowly falling into place. Do you have another question about the housemaid? Yes. Never mind. On second thought, we talked about the housemaid enough already, haven't we? Let's change the subject. Garden? We saw the murder scene, your garden for ourselves. What's with all the horses? When was the last time you visited? Yeah. When was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I am quite serious allergies. I have been in my garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. That's not right. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but that claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh? And why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you visited the garden recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court this so-called hard evidence that I've been in my garden. Ding! To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody, and Prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That is indeed the remnants of one of my cigars, but I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. See, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my garden in years. But naturally, after hearing the housemaid's cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. This must be when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable that the cigar was casually discarded, but it happened the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience and a little paddling. The cigar butt was not dropped, it was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations. Are there? Because I can only think of one. That is, you, Baron, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine. Let's put everything on the table. You, Baron, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder, how shamelessly brazen. That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence? The guard, Monsieur Raverton. It repeats evidence points to the Baron as a prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion claws are sharp as a surgeon's blade. Gutting a frog's belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Robino confessed just moments ago they feared his claws. Ridiculous. Oh, so it's interesting that they're actually acknowledging that these guys have claws rather than just being like anamorphic. Anamorphic? I don't know. Is that the right word? Anamorphic people? Yeah. Ridiculous. I would never threaten a man with violence. You want motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing a business partner, the Baron's share of his railway company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. That is preposterous. And finally, Baron had an opportunity. No, he crafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of missing silverware, and yet he served a steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the hands of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of a handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, are you just going to let this slanderous yarn go uncontested? Say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminating evidence, his finished cigar. He threw that, leaving it in the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain, out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to implicate Signor Portois Damio, since that would ensure total control over his railway company. Alas, Dame Cataline was first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. Is this an outrage, Judge? I demand that you disbar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is a man like yourself is able to abuse his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl for murder. You're a bourgeoisie of the worst kind. How dare you, garçon? The other nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeoisie. I'm a respectable, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who was slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You incredulous whelp. I ought to gut you right here and now, like a damn frog. Oh my. Could someone please restrain the Baron? I'm on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man, to the concierge with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can't walk myself. This is quite a turn of events. Does the prosecution have anything to add? Well, in a manner of speaking, well, to be honest, no. I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that animals of the court, please be patient in this time. Falcon, that was pretty incredible. Thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Caroline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. I think you misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal on proofs. It's just not possible. All we do is organize evidence and convincingly explain that it suggests. I have proved Dame Cataline's innocence. All I have done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. I'm not sure I understand the difference. They're not going to go at length about this, are they? We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that an error of judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Cataline Demio, to be not guilty. Oh. Yeah, I like that. You did it. Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. Hey, so I'm going to end it here. My throat is getting a bit sore from talking, and that's quite a bit of text to read. So I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to hearing your comments about this game. And if you play Phoenix Wright, I'd like to hear how you think it compares. I'm really enjoying it. If you like to see me continue it, please tell me in the comments. I'll think about it, because this game is visual novel-ish, so there'll be a lot of talking. And I heard some people say that it's multiple hours long, so that means a lot of voice work on my part. But I'll consider it, 'cause I'm enjoying this. And once again, I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. And I hope you catch me in the next one. See you later. Wasn't he over there the last time? Dude. Turn around. It's nice that they just show their... No. Show your back to me. Once again, I wonder why they wear white. It's so hard to get the bloodstains out. So I think what I have to do is go over there, jump it onto the statue, and then jump in through a section on the side. I guess we shall soon see if my assumption was right. It's weird though, since I've upgraded to 8.1, I feel like I've gotten better performance from Dark Souls. So I have a pretty steady frame rate right now, but I guess we'll see when I get to the...